I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. And what's the weather like in your location?
Uh, my location is summer. The weather is pretty hot. I just stay in my office. I don't want to go
Mm-hmm.
outside.
I see. I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So then let's get down to business and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Jiabin, and I'm a front-end developer, and I enjoy solving complex problems. And I enjoy working with all layers of the stack, and I enjoy building out user-friendly, efficient websites. And my passion for web app development started when I was doing my internship at my first company, and I was given a solo project to account for the entirety of the internship, and this really gives me for ownership over everything from the design decisions to the actual coding of it. And I was also able to gain a lot of experience, exposure to different front end framework. And
Mm-hmm.
after my internship, I decided that this is what I wanted to do as a career. And since then, I've done about 6 years experience building out thousands of different applications. Yeah, and I just joined like Ipan 2 months ago, and right now I'm hanging out with the modernization of our existing infrastructure, and this includes building out new microservices as well as updating existing ones. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I believe my experience and my passion will make me great asset
Mm-hmm.
for yeah for
Okay.
for your project. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see. And what skills do you think are important for a software developer?
Okay. For me, I think uh, it should be always eager to challenge. Like you're not always content with the task that be asked to do. That's the minimum, right? That's the minimum the company asked me to do. So for me, I like to add spice into it and make it fun for myself and make it better for the company. So I think that's most important part of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
So,
try new approach and try new technologies and challenge yourself.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how would you rate your experience in software engineering on a scale from 1 to 10?
1 to 10, right? I
Yeah.
think maybe 7 to 8.
Mm-hmm. Why 7?
Because I I've been working for software engineer for about 6 years, so I have good knowledge about this field, and I specialize in this field. And
Mm-hmm.
I also have done a lot of projects, and so I think I did a good job. So I'm very confident for my skill set.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got it. And where do you see yourself in 2 years?
2 years, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay. Right now I'm kind of like front end developer, and I'm pretty sure like my strengths are in front end, but I'm kind of intermediate on the back end. So I will actually like uh, uh I will actually like a position that will allow me to grow in the back end and understand that I do have a lot of to learn. So just basically, I would like to learn a lot of just like learn to be able to uh, be in a position where I will be able to collaborate with more engineers and work on the backend as well as being able to make impact on the development operations side as well. Yeah, so basically being able to collaborate with more engineers and being able to work full stack. And I also like the experience in terms of working with a team and working on a project that is at a higher level. So I also want to learn a lot from people who are way better than that
Mm-hmm.
are uplifting, I guess, my personal development and my experience.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now let's move on. Imagine the following situation. You have 2 hours to do a task you've never done before. What will you
Mhm.
do?
Okay. I think I would like maybe I would like to look for like tutorials, or I would Google something, and if I see an aspect of the website, I will look at that research and see how it was built, and then once I see how it's built, I try to implement what I learned and build my own project, built by myself. And yeah, just basically Google something and look for some YouTube tutorials and learn something and build the task by myself. And yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what project management methodology do you prefer?
Project management. Uh, what do you mean? Like agile project
Agile,
environment?
Scrum, years,
Okay.
or what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the agile uh, environment, and in EPAM company, I think most of projects they are using agile project environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, great. And what's the strangest bug you've ever had, and how did you solve it?
Okay. Uh, Let me think about it. I think uh, okay. Uh, okay. I will. So the one time I was assigned the task of implementing a new feature into one of our application, and we use Git as our source control. So as I was working on this feature, I was continuously pushing to our master branch, which wasn't good practice because you always wanted to keep your master branch deployable as well as in sync with what's in production. And also, if we deploy this app with this feature being partially done, it will be break the application. But this was the app that barely ever got updated. So I figured I would be all right. But of course, we had an emergency bug fix that had to be made, and actually uh, we would not deploy it because the app was going to break. So luckily, with the source control, you were able to go back, and we were able to add the change to where I started working on the feature. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and in the future, I learned that in order for you to know if wasn't making any changes, and first create a branch of master and deploy it to the branch, and then when you finally done with the feature, then merge to the changes back into the master branch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And have you ever had to deal with a difficult customer? How did you handle it?
Difficult customer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay. And I actually I don't have too many experience about like collaborate with my customer because I just joined EPAN for about 2 months. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I had experience like situation evolving with another department like UI department.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for this thing I will talk about the collaborate with the designers. Yeah. So actually we seldom talk directly with the designers because they are in another country and we have this strict design QA. We in the QA phase, which means the designers will check our styling if it doesn't match their design guide. So they will check and they have a strict eye, and we know that there is 1 pixel difference. So actually, at the beginning, we are having a hard time, right? Because we don't know what's the guideline, what's the standard. So for a part of the UI, so for the extreme case, uh, we we might have four, 5 or 6 rounds to fix it. So we have another issue to fix it. So it actually make us frustrated, and because we don't know what's the standard, it took us a lot of time. So after 2 months, we decided to have a workshop together to see what's the concerns of both sides. And so we finally understood that they care about the spaces where which we didn't know before. So I thought about like font size or something, but actually they care about the space like general balance to be said. So it's more about vertical alignment, not about horizontal. So we have drawn the conclusion that in the future development, we will focus more on the vertical alignment. And from
Mm-hmm.
our developer side, we are caring about if the component is right. So we actually don't expect too many variation from the designers. So okay, the designer knows that, and they will try to create a component using another
Mm-hmm.
method. Yeah, so that's a really great experience
Mm-hmm.
with the problem, and we had a problem. We talk about it and have a solution.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Got it. And what technical websites do you follow?
Website. Oh, okay. Uh, okay. As I mentioned, I like use. I like watch YouTube video for learn new technologies. So what I like to do there is few websites that I follow. So especially when I say follow, I subscribe to the newsletter, and I'm confident that those websites are good. If I get a weekly video from the website, then it's going to be more of like refined information, which you can clean out the first, but only give me the import for example, React. And if once I subscribe to this particular website, it's only going to give me what's happening currently in React. So that's when we just following the right people, following the right newsletter. So that's the one way I keep myself update. now in terms of learn new technology. In YouTube, YouTuber,
Hmm.
this is really good resources and it's free. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any questions to me?
Uh, yeah. Uh, okay, let me think about it. And how many round of interview? Do you know something about that?
Okay, great.